Hey guys, so we are now, we've got the drums laid down, we've got some cymbals in there, but they sound, if you listen to them, they sound pretty dead and they don't sound very live. So we're going to fix that by grouping them together, adding a bit of reverb, a bit of saturation to kind of put them all into the same space. We're also going to pan them a little bit probably. So first thing I need to do is the same as I did with these snaps. I need to create a little subgroup in our drum bus here. So what I'm going to do is add another audio track. Obviously set it to yellow because that's what colour hi-hats are. And then I'm going to put it as an input. I'm going to call it cymbal group. No, not. There we go. And then I'm going to output all of these to cymbal group. Boom. Now we've got a cymbal group. So they're now all going through the same channel. So first thing I'm going to add is, now this is something you'll need to download Max for Live to install, but I highly recommend you do that anyway because you'll need it for that demixer thing that that I showed you earlier, and also it's worth it because there's just insane amounts of plugins and effects, and you've got MIDI effects and audio effects. So yeah, just download Max for Live, install it, and open up a world of possibilities. So here we go. We've got convolution reverb, which is the one I like to use for this purpose. Can't really give you a very good reason why, other than it works and I like it. So what I normally do is just use a preset, which is there's a few here called Made for Drums. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try Drum Booth Reel. Let's try that. Okay, so that that doesn't sound great, but straight away you can hear it's putting them in a space. There's also the mix is too high. So you hear how that kind of puts it in a room. I'm going to try a couple of different ones here. That sounds pretty nice. I like that. It's a bit too long. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to EQ everything. So I'm just going to, actually no, we're not going to do that first. I think what we'll do first is we'll distort it first, saturate it first, and then we'll EQ it after that. So I'm gonna get a saturator. I think Hot Tubes was the one that works. So this isn't going to have much effect straight away until we do the extra part that is kind of the main part of this trick, which is to add a sub underneath the drums, underneath the cymbals, sorry. Because what that does is it goes into this distortion and they start fighting with each other in order to, that it starts to break up the sound of the cymbals, and it just sounds really nice. So that's why we do it. So I'm going to chuck in a MIDI track here, and I'm just going to get an operator. So let's just load operator, and I'm going to send that to the cymbals group. Okay, so I'm going to put it on. I think we're probably going to be in G on this tune because we've just recently started writing stuff in G because it's really present, and I'll explain that when we do the 808 part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on G, and I'm just going to make it the whole length of this drum part. Oh, it's looped. So, and what this is going to do is it's just going to like I say, it's going to make the saturation, the distortion work in a particular way that just sounds really nice. It sounds really live. So, right, that's probably going to be too loud at the moment. But straight away, can you hear that? They're kind of fighting for space. So obviously the thing is, we don't want to hear that sub because it's going to sound awful. So after the distortion, we're going to EQ with just a high pass. I'm going to go up like probably fairly high. So now straight away I can't hear that sub. It's gone. So now I'm going to just play with the volume of it. What I might also do with this sub is add another another oscillator, sorry, so that it's got a bit more overtone to it. So you see how that is very, very low. So if I add another, that's gonna add another harmonic to it. Might even add. It doesn't sound very nice, but it doesn't really need to sound nice because we're not going to hear it anyway. So that's now a bit more solid, that low end. So now I'm going back into here, high pass that out. It's gone straight away. So now you hear that's kind of starting to break up now. There you go. It's actually quite loud. So that's a bit too much, but that's kind of the balancing act of this, is that you don't want to do too much because it will kill the sound. But okay, I'm going to turn that up a little bit. That's what I forgot to do, is turn the clip on. That makes a hell of a difference. So let me turn that on again. Okay, so now you can hear it's way too much. That's because the sub is way too loud. So, but that's the nice sound I was talking about. That's the crunchiness that I was talking about. So that's way too much, but it gives you an idea of the effect. That sounds pretty good. Okay. So now you're going to notice that in the drum bus, that's going to sound way more like live hi-hats and stuff. Just that bit of reverb and that bit of saturation, it just glues everything together and sounds pretty cool, I think. So that's pretty much it for that cymbal effect. I'm just also going to quickly add kind of the kind of basics that you're going to need in this drum part, which is an 808 snare roll. Like there's not been many trap tunes released without an 808 snare roll. So literally all I'm going to do, I'm actually going to load the same snare as the main snare. So I might just duplicate that, but I'm going to get rid of all the effects off of it, and I'm going to probably pitch it up a little bit, but I can do that. I can just do that with the MIDI part. So let me just draw a MIDI part for it. I'm going to delete that one. We'll put it halfway through. And then this is going to be like the kind of the machine gun snare roll that you've probably heard in lots of trap tunes. So it's going to go like that. So We'll start high up. That sounds pretty good. And then it's just going to be really staccato little roll. So we'll try it this way. This might be too fast, but actually that wants to start there. So let's do that. And then, so it wants to be on the second beat, which is that. Okay, that straight away, that's too fast. So I'm going to get rid of those and then double that like that. There you go. I'll get rid of that end one, and I might make them slightly longer as well. That's better. So we're going to go. So it's basically just like, just experiment with the notes that sound good. Okay. So it's just on the 2, 3, and 4. So there you go. That's pretty simple. What we normally do as well is you can automate the pan. So it goes left, right, left, like that. And again, you know, it's just something it's pretty simple, but we know it's going to work. And that's like, when you're at the start of a tune, you know, it's so nice to just chuck in the things you know will work, and then you can start playing with new ideas. There you go. So that's probably a bit loud. So that probably won't actually happen at that point in drums, but we've already got a fill. So, you know, it doesn't need to happen at the same time as the tom fill. So, you know, that'll be in a longer section. That will happen here, and then the tom fill will happen at the end of the next one. So if I just duplicate that, we'll delete that one there. Oh no, we'll delete the tom there, and then we'll delete the 808 there. So I'll probably do similar, you know, processing on that. So we'll EQ out the low end, we'll saturate it. You know, just like, you're probably getting the idea that, you know, a lot of sounds we treat in a fairly similar way. It's, you know, drums, most of the drum sounds, you're looking for the same sort of thing from them. You want them to sound punchy. So that sounds great. So yeah, that'll do for now. So in the next video, we are going to move on to the 808. Now, 808 is, you know, along with the drums, so important in trap, because it's, you know, it's the bass line, but it's also rhythmic. It's gonna, you know, it's probably gonna be the most noticeable part of the track, like apart from the lead. So like the 808, it's worth spending a lot of time and a lot of care on your 808. So come back and join us in the next video, and we'll talk you through it.
Thanks everybody for watching, commenting, and indeed liking. We really do appreciate all the support we get here on our Sonic Academy YouTube channel. So if you found this video super useful, please, we'd love you to hit the subscribe button. We update the YouTube channel every week with new content. And if you want to watch some more relevant content, just click on the videos beside me.